Hi foodies, welcome back to Cook with Puneet, where vegetarian food is made easy. Today we'll be making Malai Kofte, and this video will be split into two parts. First part will be how to make the kofte, and then the second part will be how to make the gravy. So if you would like to follow along, please continue watching and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. If you think someone else might enjoy this video, please don't forget to share it with them. For the kofte, I'll be using half a bar of store-bought paneer, which is 450 grams, 3 boiled potatoes, 3 shredded carrots, shredded cabbage, and I'm using about this much, coriander, half of a medium-sized red onion finely chopped, 2 to 3 green chilies finely chopped, small piece of ginger finely chopped, red chili powder, salt to taste, makki da atta, cornstarch, and half a cup of all-purpose flour. So we'll take a bowl and we'll crush our paneer in there. Next we'll add our potatoes and we're just going to combine those together. Then I added my shredded carrots, shredded cabbage, onions, green chilies, ginger, coriander, and we'll mix that all together. Next, I added about 3 spoons of makki da atta, added half a cup of all-purpose flour, and 3 spoons of cornstarch, 1.5 spoons of salt, and 1 spoon of red chili powder, and we'll just mix that all together. One thing I forgot to mention is that once we do have our ingredients ready, we want to make sure that they're completely dry, just because when you do start forming them, they will start to break if your ingredients are wet. So keep this in mind, especially for the cabbage and carrots. And make sure that your potatoes have cooled down. Once our kofta mixture is ready, we're gonna start to form them into little balls. And I'm just gonna take some oil on the palm of my hand, take a little bit of the mixture, form it into a ball. And we'll wanna make sure that the ball is completely tight, just because when you do fry it, it will break if it's not completely tight. So form them into a ball and then roll it on the palm of your hand while your palm is super tight. I'll show you how to make it a few times. This mixture makes enough for 2 batches. So what I do is I'll use half of it for now and then I'll freeze the other half for later. And you can also make Manchurian out of these, or you can use them as kofte for later. Once our kofte have been formed, we're ready to deep fry them. As always, we're just going to drop a little bit of the mixture into the oil just to see if the oil is ready for frying. And when the piece floats, it's ready to go. But just to be sure if your oil is warm enough for frying, you can add just 1 ball and see if it fries. Then you can add the rest of them. If it doesn't, then that means your oil needs to be warmed up a little more. And now we're ready to fry our kofte. So before adding them into the oil, I'm just going to roll them in my palm one more time just to make sure that they're completely tight before putting them into the oil. So I'll add about 10 to 11 at a time, and I ended up frying it in 3 batches. And just keep in mind when they are frying, just don't move them too much, just because they will break and then they won't look good in your gravy. Once they start turning a goldenish brown color, you can start moving them, and when they're goldenish brown like that, you can take them out. They're ready to go. Now on to the ingredients for our gravy. So in order to make Malai Kofta, we'll need kofte, we'll need 2 medium-sized tomatoes, and I just chopped them roughly. We'll need 3 medium-sized onions, also roughly chopped. 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. 2 to 3 green chilies. A piece of ginger, roughly chopped as well. Red chili powder. Kitchen King masala. We'll be using degi mirch to get that beautiful red color. 35% whipping cream. Salt to taste. And tomato paste. I also forgot to mention I had a little bit of tandoori masala, so I'll be adding that in as well. So we'll start off by adding 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil into our pot. Next we'll add in our green chilies. We'll just saute that for about a minute. Then we'll add our garlic and ginger in, and we'll saute until the garlic turns a little bit of a golden brown color. Next we'll add in our onions, and we'll just let those soften up a little. Then we'll add in our tomatoes. After sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes, we're just gonna cover it for another 3 to 5 minutes and let it cook, and stir occasionally. Next I added a spoon of red chili powder, a spoon and a half of salt, and I added a spoon and a half of degi mirch. And just keep in mind that we do eat a lot of spicy foods, so adjust your spices accordingly. Next I added the tandoori masala. I only had a little bit left, so I just added all of that in. So about probably half a spoon. And we'll just mix that all together. Next I added a spoon of tomato paste, and we'll just mix that all together. I added a little bit of water, and we'll just let that cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Next I added a glass of water in, and we'll take a hand blender and blend it all up. And that's how it'll look when it's all blended up. And we're just gonna mix that together. And once it starts to boil up, we're just gonna cover it and let it cook for another 7 to 10 minutes and stir occasionally. I'll be cooking it on medium to low heat. Once our masalas are cooked, I'm just gonna take a cup of whipping cream and add that in. And we'll just mix that all together. Next, I'm gonna add a spoon of Kitchen King masala in there, and we'll mix that all together. And we're just gonna let the gravy come to a boil 3 or 4 times before it's ready to serve. And only once we're ready to serve, we'll add in our kofte. Just keep that in mind, otherwise they will get soggy and you won't get that same flavor. Once our kofte are in, I'm just gonna garnish on top with coriander. And once I'm about to serve, I'm just gonna mix in the kofte with the gravy very gently. You don't want them to break. And I'm just gonna garnish on top with a little bit of coriander. And your Malai Kofta are ready. So if you enjoyed today's video, please let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you think someone else might enjoy this video, please don't forget to share it with them. I post videos weekly, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so and don't forget to hit the bell notification. My socials are at Cook with Puneet. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Take care.